What a trade deadline. Kim Ng, after all the negativity and all the doubters, she pulled out a pretty nice deadline if you ask me. Bunch of last minute moves, some nice bullpen help. There's closer David Robinson, who we'll get to, of course. They couldn't get Danny Burgers, so they had to settle for Jake Burger. He's got 25 home runs, club control for 5 years. That should be fun. They traded Segura and prospect Khalil Watson for Josh Bell, and the Guardians immediately DFA'd Gene, so that's pretty cool. A classic end for Captain Gene. Gary Cooper was lost in the negotiations, and we'll remember him fondly for his clutch homers and years of loyalty. But how's it all working out on the field? Day of the deadline, morale was pretty high. Sandy pitched an incredible 8-inning stretch, 4 hits, no runs. He's starting to look like his old self. Offensively, it was just the classic problem. 11 hits, 1 run, plenty of men on, just can't drive them in. They brought in fresh closer David Robinson to hold the 1-0 lead in the ninth. And sure, Sandy was grooving, but you just went and bought this hot new closer. I understand, you might as well use him. Unfortunately, he did not have it, and that's another heartbreaking loss for the Fish. 3 runs in the ninth, this guy grabs some dirt on his way home. But next day, new sheriff in town. One of the wildest games of the year, and the new hitters were electric. Struggling switch hitter Josh Bell was ringing. 4 hits and a walk? Little weak on the swim move, but he'll learn, he's new. Jacob Burger was chomping away, 2 hits and 2 walks, more or less. A classic bullpen meltdown put the Fish in a 5-0 hole. All hope was lost until Josh Bell blasts a dinger into right field. You love to see it. And the next pitch, maybe Jazz was a little jealous, he sends one to the same spot, just second deck. Been too long since we've seen the Euro step, and he just trucks the ball boy going back into the dugout. Now the gears are starting to turn. In the 8th, the Phillies start to have some pitching problems of their own. Bases are loaded for my favorite, Jesus Sanchez. Here's some classic clips of Sanchez. I love the guy because he'll be slinging wild like this until he's not. You never know what you're going to get. And in a huge game like this, he watches ball 2, 3, 4, no swing. Didn't even think about swinging. Shout out to my friend Bob for calling it. What a holy event. 5-3 now. Then John Birdie grounds out to make it 5-4. We get to the 9th inning. Luis Ariz, who only had 1 hit this game, which is pretty crazy, he takes a major cut to center field. What is he trying to do? Leave the homers to guys like Soler. You see? Beautiful homer. Great to see because he's been cold. Once again, they turn to the ardent closer Robertson in the 10th, and once again he blows it like a tissue. What is up with the Marlins and their closers? What's really encouraging is the Fish kept on swimming. Here's a really cool balk from Kimbrel. Awesome stuff. Then there's a double from Sanchez. He is absolutely risen. Josh Bell keeps up the wood. Major hit in the 11th to keep the game alive. They keep going back and forth until Tanner Scott finally tosses a scoreless 12th inning. Stage is set for the killing blow. They pound up the beef to load the bases for who else? Jesus Sanchez. First pitch, huge swing. He smiles and hello, is that a walk-off win? From the absolute depths of hell, they turn it around. What did we say? You get a little help at the deadline? Takes the pressure off everybody? Sandy destroys the kid with some water, and Kim is loving it. The moves really paid off. This has got to be huge for morale. Listen to the new kids.
Yeah, I got here, got activated.
It's all about the fight.
I just texted my wife after this game. It's the most fun I've had on a baseball field in a really long time. So, it's special.
Anyways, what do you guys think about the deadline, the new players, and when are you buying your playoff tickets? Come on, let's go Fish!